And the thing is, if we're not careful, the fear and the stress that we're feeling that our bodies are letting us down, or with everything that we're going through on a physical level with our bodies during menopause, we can turn that against ourselves. We can turn it against our body if we're not careful. So I am inviting you to join me in this first ritual. This is a simple practice that you can do anytime to honor your beautiful body. Welcome to the Soulful Menopause podcast. Discover how to transform the chaos of menopause into vibrant health and a soulful life you'll love. I'm Sally Love, natural nutritionist, hypnotherapist, and soul wisdom coach. I want you to experience a soulful menopause that will guide you into the best years of your life. Well, hello there. Welcome, Soulful Sister. Now, I'm really excited to say that this is the very first episode in a new series called Soulful Rituals. I'm planning for these to be some simple spiritual practices that will support you as you go on your soulful menopause journey. Now, I am intending to keep these short and sweet, but mightily powerful for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle them throughout this podcast. So there's no knowing when they'll pop up, but I trust that they're going to be there just when you need them. These rituals are my gift to you to help you shift out of any challenging energies that you may be experiencing. You know, whether that's just something that's going on around you in your day-to-day practical life, or whether there's something that's unsettling you on a deeper internal level. These rituals will give you an opportunity to find some balance, some peace, clarity, just generally some greater well-being, helping you to really call in the energy that you need at the time. And I really hope that they're a valuable resource for you that you can return to whenever you need them. I hope they support you in so many ways. So today, we're going to begin with a ritual to honor your body. But first, I just want to say that menopause isn't just a biological shift. It's a sacred rite of passage. And if you know me well, if you've been listening to my podcast for a while now, or you've worked with me, you hear me say this a lot. Okay, a lot. I mean, it really is a sacred rite of passage. It's the beginning of a transformation. And this is a time when you are supported by nature. You're actually called to morph from a caterpillar into a butterfly. And sometimes these transitions, these life changes can be things that you don't want. You know, perhaps it's the sudden ending of a relationship or a friendship, or perhaps you've been made redundant, or maybe you're facing some health issues. And sometimes it can be something that you do want to change, you know, changes that you're actually implementing yourself. But with change, whether it's something that you want or you don't want, with it comes chaos. And you simply can't avoid the chaos if you want life to be different in some way. Things get shaken up with change. It's inevitable. And menopause is often treated like a problem to be fixed, you know, for your hormones to be balanced, for your symptoms to be suppressed. But I'm here to say that menopause is a transformational journey on every level of your being, not just physical. It's emotional, mental, and spiritual as well. It's a sacred journey to be honored. And, it's where you get to reinvent yourself. You get to reinvent your life as much or as little as you like. And I'm not just talking about perimenopause here, the beginning stages of menopause. This is a transformation that calls you throughout the stages, perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause. I'm certainly postmenopause. I'm 58 now, and I'm still going through major transformations that this is really kicking up for me. I find that this is just the most powerful time of my life where I'm getting to heal on some very deep levels. So I just want to talk a little bit about rituals because they've always been a part of human life. They're actually an ancient practice. And they can provide us with support as we move through all the various changes in our lives, even from one season to the next. And with changes, we have to learn things like acceptance and letting go. Oh, those can be really tough lessons at times. And rituals can help us to honor the change that we're going through and really see the death and rebirth cycle, and see it that actually when one door closes, another opens, even if we can't see what that other is that we're stepping into. A lot of the time it needs us to take a really deep breath and embrace change and embrace the mystery. Sometimes not knowing, when we take those steps forward into the unknown, we don't know where we're going to go. We don't know how it's going to work out. So rituals can really hold us when we're entering that space. And change is one of the few things that we can rely on with life. There will always be change. Life is all about change. And so the rituals can bring a reverence to these transitions, especially when they're tough. And they can remind us that we're actually connected to something that's far greater than ourselves. And in my own menopause journey, ritual has become really quite a strong anchor for me, actually. Especially when I've felt a lot of chaos within me and all around me, I've had many rituals that I've turned to. And so I'm going to be sharing some of them with you during this series, which I'm really excited to do. And I also want you to know that ritual doesn't have to be something that takes up a lot of time or something that you really have to prepare for. It can be as simple as lighting a candle, a moment of stillness, or even just having that beautiful, relaxing bath. And today's ritual, it will probably only take you 30 seconds if you want it to. It can take longer if you like, but literally this one could take you 30 seconds. So I have little rituals that I do almost every day. I particularly do my rituals in the morning because whenever I say to myself, oh, I'll do it later, I never do it. So my morning is taken up with my rituals and then when I go to bed at night as well. And this year, I've moved through a lot of big transitions in my life, actually. I've moved through the death of my mother. I had a fracture in my relationship with my sister. And just recently, the ending of my relationship with my partner who I lived with. And, well, there have been a few other things thrown in there for good measure too. So what I've done recently is I've stepped out of my usual rituals, when things have been going sort of well-ish for me and I've been going in the flow of normal life, so to speak. And I've created some new ones that are really supporting me as I move through these major transitions right now. And I can tell you what, I am intending on emerging from this as one hell of a beautiful butterfly, I can tell you. And I really want to help you do the same too. Let's be these majestic butterflies together, shall we? So let's kick off this series with a ritual to honor your body. Now, many women feel that their bodies are failing them, especially when they enter menopause. They can feel out of control with the chaos of everything that's happening in their bodies, particularly during perimenopause. We can start to see our bodies age, and menopause can throw up many physical changes for us to deal with as well. And it can be very unnerving. It's just generally a mega challenging time. And I had so many health issues arise when I entered perimenopause. I really felt like I was falling apart at the seams. And I've said this before, that a lot of the time you can go to your doctor and have test after test, but all the results come back saying you're fine. But you're certainly not feeling fine. You're feeling pretty awful, actually. I know I felt the worst I've ever done physically in my life when I was going through perimenopause. And the thing is, if we're not careful, the fear and the stress that we're feeling that our bodies are letting us down, or with everything that we're going through on a physical level with our bodies during menopause, we can turn that against ourselves. We can turn it against our body if we're not careful. So we can end up really sort of having a go at our bodies and being really horrible to our bodies, saying, what the hell's going on with you, body? Get a grip. I remember saying that to myself. And you might be saying, oh God, I really hate these soft flabby bits and these wrinkles. I hate getting old. And then maybe you're asking your body, why are you falling apart on me? And you can feel so much desperation and exhaustion, especially when you don't know what to do and when you've tried so many different approaches and they haven't worked. And the trouble is then, all of this fear and this anxiety and this stress that you've built up with your physical body going through all of these horrible changes that you have no control over, they just fuel your health issues even more, because it just creates more stress, which creates more ill health in your body or dis-ease in your body. Stress creates more dis-ease, and so you get caught up in that vicious cycle. Okay, so I am inviting you to join me in this first ritual. This is a simple practice that you can do anytime to honor your beautiful body. And this will help you get out of a rut. It will help you get out of a negative ritual that maybe you haven't even realized you've been doing. Because yes, sometimes without even realizing it, you could be creating a negative ritual every day when you look in the mirror and tell your body how you hate it. That's a negative ritual you could be doing every day. You could be looking in the mirror every day saying how upset you are with it, how you're not happy with it. Or perhaps you're inspecting your wrinkles in the mirror every day, looking up close and feeling depressed with the aging process. And you may be doing this every single day, telling yourself how you need to tone up here or lose weight there, or picking yourself apart and saying how you should be doing better. Perhaps you're fed up. Perhaps you're angry with your body for letting you down, angry that it's falling apart on you and that it's having all of these various health issues you have to keep dealing with all the time. Now, would you tell a beloved friend who's struggling with something in life that she's doing really badly, that she's letting you down? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Now just imagine for a moment how that would feel. Imagine how draining and exhausting and disempowering and upsetting that would be for your friend if she heard you saying to her all of the things that you say to yourself. because you're doing that to your own body. And how can your body heal if you're exhausting it with all these disempowering thoughts and emotions? Now, your body is actually doing the best it can for you with what it's got. So let's start honoring your beautiful body, because it's going through this journey of transformation with you. Your body is going through a metamorphosis from a caterpillar to a butterfly, and it's a really tough process. So let's treat your body with love and the nurturing that it really does deserve. And once you start feeding your body with love and respect and nurturing, it will feel nourished and supported, and it will have a lot more energy to direct towards its healing and helping you to feel better. So, as I said, your ritual is very quick, very simple, but very powerful. And what you're going to do is you're going to stand in front of a mirror every morning when you wake up, or every evening when you go to bed. And in fact, both times would be amazing. And place your hands on your heart, or you could give yourself a really big hug as well, and tell your body, I love you, body. Thank you for all the hard work you're doing for me. I honor you. I appreciate you. I see your beauty. Thank you, beautiful body. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to get you to repeat it after me. You can either repeat it out aloud if you're by yourself, or if you're with others and you don't mind other people hearing this, maybe they need to hear this too, or you can just think it to yourself. Okay, here we go. Repeat after me. I love you, body. Thank you for all the hard work you're doing for me. I honor you. I appreciate you. I see your beauty. Thank you, beautiful body. Thank you. Okay. And then after doing that, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, and I want you to find one thing that you like about your body. Now, perhaps it's your clear skin. Perhaps you've got great hair, or you love the color of your eyes, or you love your legs. And actually, if you're able-bodied, you may want to look at your legs and thank your legs for being able to walk and dance, because some other people can't do that. And have joy and gratitude that you can do that. Or perhaps have gratitude that you can see, or that you can hear. Whatever you feel drawn to, just find gratitude that you have for your beautiful body. And that's it. It really is as simple as that. Very simple, but mega powerful. I will tell you that, my soulful sister. This is really powerful. Now, if you do this every day, which, like I said, it may only just take you 30 seconds. 30 seconds when you're like getting dressed in the morning or getting undressed at night before bed. If you do this regularly, you're going to notice a difference really quite quickly. And please do let me know. Let me know how it works for you, because I really want to be inundated with your messages on this one. I want to hear from every single one of you. Please, I want to hear from you. Tell me your beautiful story of transformation from this, whether it's just a really small shift, maybe it's a small transformation for you, or perhaps it's a really big one. please let me know. Just notice how things change for you. Have you started eating differently? Have you started being more aware of how much water you're having? Or are you wanting to exercise more? Or are you able to look in the mirror and start loving yourself more? Are you getting more compliments from other people about how you're radiating more, or you're feeling that you've got more energy? It could affect you in so many different ways. Please do let me know. I'd love to hear your story, and I want to hear from every single one of you. Okay, now, if you can do so safely, please place a hand on your heart and take a deep breath with me now. Oh, and a long, slow breath out, and just feel your own presence. Feel your own love, your own power, and most of all, your own beautiful body. And if you want to take this ritual a little further, I do invite you to journal how this ritual makes you feel. Write up anything that arises for you. Just note down any thoughts or feelings or memories or images or insights. I mean, absolutely anything. And you can simply write it up in single words, or maybe you want to doodle or perhaps do some art, whatever motivates you. Thank you for sharing this ritual with me today, Soulful Sister. And as I said, this is the first in a series of these soulful rituals that I'm going to be offering here. And they're going to be woven between our regular episodes. And my hope is that they bring you comfort, connection, and a beautiful sense of reverence for your soulful menopause journey. And also, if you know of a woman who is struggling with her body image in some way, then please do share this episode with her. Thank you. Sending you love. Speak soon. To find out more about how you can live a soulful menopause, please visit soulfulmenopause.com. I'm really looking forward to being with you again soon. Bye for now.